The Honor 10 has finally dropped, and we have not one, not two, but three different color variants here. And I'm giving two of these phones away over on my Instagram page, starting today, so I'll leave the link in the description below, and if you win, you can pick whichever version you want. In terms of packaging, these phones are pretty nice, nothing too brave or outlandish, but you do get a case included, a silicone one, and you've got a fast charger, as well as a USB Type-C cable. Okay, there is a theme with the Honor 10, and you could sum it up pretty well with the word color. There are three models here, a fairly uncontroversial black device, but then two that are frankly unlike a phone you've ever seen before. Phantom Green and Phantom Blue make an appearance, and they are more than meets the eye. They change upon viewing from different angles. The blue can shift to a strong lilac hue, which is interesting, but my favourite has got to be the green, because that one device swings between three different shades, and when you tilt it, creates the most surprising transformation of them all. A few days before the launch, Honor talked about how its phones were inspired by the auroras in the sky, which now, upon holding them and using them, makes a lot of sense. You've got 15 layers which essentially scatter the light in many directions. It's something else. The glass makes it feel like any top tier flagship, but it is a bit lighter than I was expecting. Color is a persistent theme with these phones, and you'll see it not just in the body, but the software too. And in fact, those same color shifting hues you've seen on the back of the phones, you can see them all over again on the front with these wallpapers. The Honor 10 is packing the latest Kirin 970 chip from Huawei, and as you might know, this includes a dedicated neural processing unit, which aids in tasks that use artificial intelligence. And you notice this the most when it comes to camera. So, dual camera, we've seen that before, but Honor isn't messing around here. You've got a 16 megapixel and a 24 megapixel setup. Like a number of phones in 2018, it uses an AI system to detect scenes and apply color adjustments. But in this case, it can apparently differentiate over 500 different scenes and detect multiple objects in the same image. Whilst it doesn't produce anything close to a pure flat picture, the more I spend time with it, the more I feel like it's a really fun camera to use. While the images aren't the most natural, it does mean the phone can turn a bland scene like this into something far more artistic. And because the fundamentals are there, great detail, fast shutter time, and a nice wide aperture which enhances this bokeh effect, I honestly don't mind the heavy color grading. It does help that this camera is bursting at the seams with modes for you to play with. I would say more than I've ever seen on a phone before. EMUI 8.1 is powering the entire thing, and I won't delve into this. Some people really like it, others aren't so keen, but there are a few cool new tricks here. Smart Gallery can recognize faces, scenes, objects, and can sort based on it. And the software makes it pretty easy to turn this into a mini movie with music. And speaking of cool things built into the software, Party Mode, which allows you to pair two Honor devices, which on their own have a dual speaker setup of sorts, but paired together, you can create a multi-channel audio solution. We're running Android 8.1, which is nice too, and overall it's very tough to complain about speed or fluidity. Alright, the phone also has another eye-grabbing feature, namely an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, which supposedly allows it to work even when fingers are greasy and wet, something my S9 does seem to have trouble with. Personally, I prefer a rear fingerprint scanner placement, but this isn't a deal breaker, and others prefer it as it is. And of course, having this on the front allows you to have that beautiful, uninterrupted, seamless back of the phone. As with most 2018 phones, you've also got the option to use your face to unlock. Display-wise, you've got a really tall 19:9 aspect ratio. It's an LCD panel, and it's not groundbreaking and not one of the phone's highlights, but it's better than it sounds on paper. It produces a clean, crisp and colourful image, and it's a nice size compromise between a standard 5.5-inch display and a 6-inch phablet. Also, Honor's display settings is how it should be done. You've got full control over not just resolution, but color temperature, the size of interface elements, and that notch which can be disabled, adding a black bar on either side. I'm also a huge fan of Supercharge, and the Honor 10 uses it to charge half of its 3400 mAh battery within 25 minutes. Battery life is also slightly above average here, and the phone has a lot of software tricks to aid conservation. Android 8.1 also helps. So, this isn't a review by any means, but the Honor 10 looks like it's ticking more than its fair share of boxes, given it's priced close to half of most flagships. It's also rare to see a design this bold, and I would say if you do like the two Aurora-inspired colours, You can't really get that anywhere else. Alright guys, don't forget to hit the description down below to check out the giveaway. And if you did enjoy this video, if you could smash that subscribe button, that would mean a lot to me. My name is Aaron, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'll catch you guys next time.